What's up, everyone? Welcome to Ya Podcast, episode 2 with me, Smashpop.
I'm Jeremy, and this is Smashpop and I's opportunity to just hang out and talk about stuff that's going on in our lives. It's fully like free for all, very chill, no format. It's just a conversation. Okay, Smashpop, I think it's time we address the elephant in the room.
What is the elephant in the room?
We need to talk about what is going on with the hand situation. Now, I follow you on Instagram, so obviously I know you went to the hospital and you had some stuff done. But what is the story behind this, man?
Okay, so how do I start? So after dinner one day, I think it was last Saturday.
Right.
After dinner, right, I finished dinner at about 6:30 p.m. and then I saw the weather outside was actually quite nice.
Right.
So I thought, okay maybe I should go out and play with my one wheel.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the one wheel is like this kind of like personal transportation device. It's like one wheel, like a one wheel skateboard.
It's like a motorized skateboard with one giant wheel in the middle.
Right. It's very cool.
It's very cool, and I have full confidence on myself that I will never fall on.
Famous last words. Okay.
So I actually went and took my one wheel out from my house and started standing on it, and then I started cruising like usual.
Right.
So I cruised on my usual path around my house, and then I reached that one part that I then remember it was very dangerous the last time I went there because there was a patch of sand. And the last time I almost fell, but I managed to escape, as in I jumped off the board, so I didn't fall. This time around, I was kind of stupid. I don't know why I didn't jump off. I went through that patch of sand, and as expected I lost control. There was no grip using the one wheel, and I fell. And I fell terpelanting, as in I fell back. And before I reached the ground, as usual, spontaneously, my right hand, because I'm a right-hander, right? I use my right hand to tahan. I put on the ground
like
there.
An instinctive
defensive to support myself before I fall.
Right.
And the moment my hand lands on the ground on the street, I can hear sound like that. Wow. Then I'm like and then I raise my hand. I don't care about my butt anymore, I raised my hand, and my hand was like that, like jellyfish,
flailing, really.
So I try to control my wrist so that it goes back to the original position, and I can actually hear the sound, like how you stir like ice drinks.
Yeah.
You can feel how the ice click in the glass.
Oh, no.
It's like that.
Oh, no.
In my wrist, when I was trying to reposition my wrist, and I was like, oh no, this time jalat, die already.
What is really fascinating about this story, the way you're telling it to me now? Because I remember when you first fell down and you went to see like the Chinese tita, and you did a story, and I messaged you and I asked you like, hey, what happened? Are you okay or not? And you remember what your reply was? You remember what your reply was? Your reply was, I sprained my hand only. That is not sound. You don't spray in your hand. It doesn't sound like a spoon stirring in your cup.
I don't know because everything happens so quickly, right? I don't even know what was happening at the time.
Oh, man, okay.
So after that, I thought I want to ride my one wheel back home.
Okay.
Right. But then I was just staring at my one wheel, and then I was like, I cannot. I was just sitting on the ground.
Right.
And then I was like, I cannot. So one of the guys who stayed nearby there saw me, and he actually fetched me back to my house.
Oh, were you very far away from your house?
Not really, like 500 meters.
Okay. But 500 meters is a very long distance when you're injured.
Correct. Yeah. So, and then when I got home, I told my mom, I cannot. I need to go fix my bone. My mom said, fix bone, go tita. Then I quickly Googled for where's the nearest tita, because it was quite late already. It was about 7, and the nearest tita was actually in Puchong.
Okay.
So we drove all the way there, and then this master actually said, oh, this thing broken hand, if you want to go to toilet pula, if you want to go to hospital to fix it, you need to do surgery and put metal plate and all. But if you let us do it, we can do for you, but at the end, the outcome may not be as perfect as hospital. I said, never mind, just fix for me now because I cannot tahan already. I don't want a broken wrist, So they said, okay, come in. And I went in. And he started doing his tita thing, like pressing non-stop. Wow, it was already pain, And then he pressed some more. I shouted until 10 kilometers can hear.
Oh my God. I'm feeling the pain right now as you say these things.
Yeah, I think he was like trying to relocate my bones or something and press, I'm already in pain and he still want to press my bones. And then he said, never mind, just shout because we are so used to it. Everyone shout here.
Okay.
So after that, long story short, they wrapped my stuff in this bandage with bamboo pieces inside.
I saw, yeah.
Yeah. So they say, okay, don't move it. Tomorrow, go to the clinic, do an X-ray scan, and then show me the scan. Then I will know how to do because now I can't see what's inside.
Okay.
Right? Then that treatment, the first treatment, was 1,000 ringgit.
Holy cow.
Yeah, for just pressing my bone and putting some bandage and bamboo.
All right. But I also noticed that in the end, you actually went to the hospital and got the surgery and all that.
You know why?
Why?
The next day, I went to the clinic and scanned and then showed him the X-ray and he said, sorry, this one is broken. I don't know how to do.
Did he give you a refund on your 1,000 ringgit?
No, he didn't give me a refund. Then he said, you need to quickly go to the hospital because we cannot help you with this. Because I cannot physically to go inside in between your bone to push your bone out.
Okay.
Then I'm like, okay, so I guess there's no choice. I have to do all I have to do. So we went to Sunway Hospital and I admitted myself. And then I went in, I admitted myself. And then the next day, which is on Sunday, I think, I did the surgery in the hospital.
Wow. Okay, so what's the prognosis for your arm? Like what did the doctor say? Like what happened?
Yeah, the doctor saw the X-ray. The first thing the doctor asked me, you know what?
What?
Where's the referral letter from the clinic, doctor? I said, what referral letter? I only went there for scanning. Then he said, do you know that it's illegal to scan someone without referring to doctor?
Huh?
Then I said, really? Means the clinic illegal? So anyway, after he saw the X-ray, he said, okay, this one confirmed broken. And it is fractured to multiple pieces. Yeah, so there is no way for him to push it back and just put it back to the original location because it's kind of a little bit shattered.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he said, I need to put this metal plate on top of your bone to clip it so that it's in place. Okay? And then you should be able to have a proper arm after it's healed in 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm very shocked right now because the reality of your injury, I feel is very downplayed by whatever interaction I had with you
But
during the
then
moment.
you want me to tell everything in story, is it?
I mean, like, not in story, but when I was like messaging you, like, hey, like, how's the arm? I sprained it. No, you shattered your damn hand, bro. You didn't sprain it. You shattered it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh, it was so tragic. But one thing is, I enjoyed this one experience whereby when I was about to go into surgery,
Right.
I have to go through anesthetic.
Was it like a full...
So they put me to sleep. I was actually anticipating that because I've never experienced it before.
How? Is
Right.
Is it in the movies?
So I wanted to feel like whether it is in the movies whereby the moment they put you into sleep, right, within seconds you're gone. So I tell you the experience.
Okay, please.
For those who have not been to surgery before, this is how it's like, okay? They will push you from your hospital bedroom to this holding area.
Okay.
Holding area whereby they will have bays for people to sleep before they push you into the surgery rooms.
All right.
Okay, for them to prepare the surgery room and everything. So you're at the holding area.
Right.
So at the holding area, the anesthetic doctor will come. Okay. Hi, I will be putting you to sleep later. So just in case something happened, I tell you here first, there are side effects. You might get sore throat, you might vomit or whatever shit, Please sign this form.
Okay, that's not the kind of stuff you wanna hear just before they knock you out.
Then I'm like, if I don't sign, means I have to
be awake
during the whole process because the doctor said it's going to be 1.5 hours, this surgery.
Okay.
Then I have no choice but to sign it,
Correct.
So sign already, and then I waited for a while, and then they pushed me into the surgery room, and I was hoping that it looks like that Netflix show, the doctor that is some Down syndrome one.
The Good Doctor.
The Good Doctor.
Yeah.
I was expecting the surgery room to be like Good Doctor surgery room.
Right.
So I was looking forward
to
go in and be like, wow, with someone on top looking down, the other doctors. No. It was a rather small room.
It's like a normal room.
A normal room, but full white. A lot of lights on the ceiling.
Okay.
And then there are a lot of machineries around. And they have to move me from that bed to the surgery bed.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm lying down on the surgery bed. Now, one of the assistants there, he went above my head and then he said, Jason, so now I'm going to give you some oxygen, yeah? And then you just breathe like normal. Later, you will be able to smell some nail polish. Right? So that nail polish is the one that will put you to sleep.
Okay.
Then I asked, how long? They said, you will know.
You will know. Wow, okay.
So I was just lying down. And then I was just thinking, should I open my eyes or should I close my eyes? Because if I open my eyes means I'm not asleep yet.
Yeah.
Right? Or should I close because I can just naturally go to sleep?
Correct.
Because what if I go to sleep while my eyes is open?
Okay.
Because I don't know, ma.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay lah, maybe I close my eyes lah. I don't naturally go to sleep. So I closed my eyes, started breathing lah. And because the burst of the oxygen does not sync with my breathing.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm breathing in, right, the burst of oxygen not here yet. Then I'm like breathing nothing, Hey, wait.
Okay.
So I tried to sync with the pump of the air. And then after a while, I started to smell the nail polish.
Right.
It's exactly the nail polish.
Okay.
The people around, they were joking around, like, hey, have you eaten? Or later we go lunch, whatever.
That must be very, really. So they were like,
yeah, the anesthetic doctor and the assistants, they all were just chatting with each other like casual.
I don't know how I would feel that.
Yeah, well, I was there trying to sniff nail polish, Okay, so after like 10 seconds,
right,
I realized that I'm still not asleep yet. So I opened my eyes just to show them, like, hey, hello, I'm still here. Like, how? So I opened my eyes. And when I opened my eyes, I continued breathing. The next 2 seconds, I started feeling my whole body become numb.
Okay.
Numb to a point where I cannot move anymore.
All right.
And then I start to see my eyesight become dark.
Okay.
And then instantly I just close my eyes. The moment I close my eyes, that's it. Gone. I think within like 12, 13 seconds.
Right.
Gone. The next thing I know, I woke up not remembering what happened. And because my hand was already like this in a cast, right? And I was still on that oxygen mask, I thought I was trapped in some prison or something.
Okay.
So I jolted up and then I took off my oxygen mask and then, where am I? Who are you?
This is like really like the good doctor already.
I really don't know what happened,
Okay.
I was struggling.
Were you scared?
I was in a panic. Okay. I was struggling to escape. So I took off my mask and then my hand cannot move. So I thought I was trapped. So I just asked, who are you? Where are you? Where am I? And then the nurse were walking around. They would say, oh, you just finished surgery. Lie down first. You are still being, under the anesthetic stage. I don't understand what they say, but I also cannot move.
Okay. So you could move a little bit, but you were still struggling lah.
The only energy I have was to take off my mask and ask, And then after that, I went back to sleep. I went back to sleep for probably 1 to 2 minutes, or maybe longer. I don't know lah. Right. And then I felt that they were pushing me back to my room. And then that time I remember already, I'm actually doing surgery. They are pushing me back to my room because I'm done with the surgery.
Right.
Then when I went back to my surgery, to the room, I can already hear my parents talking.
Right.
But I cannot wake up. My eyes still closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were like half asleep lah.
Yes, half asleep. I think about 15 minutes to 30 minutes later, I woke up. And then I saw the clock. It was 7 p.m. I went into the surgery at 4.
Wow. And it felt like
instant, I totally didn't know anything about surgery at all.
Wow. Did you feel rested though when you can I slept so nice?
It's a very weird feeling. Okay. It's almost like a bit dizzy, but also a bit weak. And I couldn't talk loudly. I could just hello, yes, okay, like that.
Okay. Wow. You're the first person I know who I actually spoken to that has gone under this general anesthetic thing before. That's quite...
Yeah. That's why I was looking forward. It's like going through a roller coaster ride like that.
Were you scared as it was happening?
Not very scared. just a little bit nervous, but because I keep telling myself, okay, they have been doing this for so many years, surgery has been around, the hospital is so established. I don't think this is new to them, so I should be okay. But I'm just looking forward, and I'm just nervous how it will be like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. So now that's done. I'm discharged yesterday, and
back to work already. I might add,
yeah. And this thing on my arm, they said I can remove it in 2 weeks.
Okay.
But to heal my arm, it will take about 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. And in the 6th week, I need to go back to the hospital to do physiotherapy because they need to train my wrist now because now it has a metal plate inside. Like that. So that's the whole process.
Is it going to be like a permanent thing, like a metal?
No. 1.5 years later, I have to go back there, go through the same thing because they want to remove the metal plate.
Wow. But does this mean now when you go into metal detector?
Yes.
You have become that person.
Yeah. I have become Ironman.
Because I have to say, when I saw you today as I walked into the studio, right, I saw myself like, oh, your right hand looks like you got the Infinity Gauntlet on, bro. It's swollen. It's huge, dude.
Yeah. Right. I mean, if you are watching us on YouTube, you should be able to see this is how it looks like. I'm on the arm sling now, so
that must make things super difficult to like work and stuff like that.
Yes, but I just keep reminding myself, if I still have one arm, I can still do it.
That is true. I have to say that by the time this is over, right, I'm pretty sure your left hand is going to be as good as your right, and it's going to
yeah. So right, because previously I was right-handed ma. Now I'm left-handed ma.
Right.
So once this is all done, right, I'll be telling people that I'm both-handed.
Not bad though, not bad. Wow, it's quite the adventure you're on though.
Yeah, man.
Damn adventurous.
Very adventurous.
Has it been frustrating for you though?
A little bit frustrating, but I'm trying to get used to it. I don't want the negativity to take over my mindset. I try to keep it low and continue to tell myself it will pass. I just do whatever I can do now.
Yeah, because this is the thing. If you don't know about like Smashpop here, right? Like his patience level sometimes good, sometimes bad, man. And I find it very surprising for the things that you are patient about, and sometimes the things when you are not patient about. Sometimes the things I'm like, oh, you seem a little bit rushed in this particular moment when I normally wouldn't be. So I imagine does it aggravate your impatience for things? It like changing memory card for your camera or change lens.
I think when I'm really doing work, I will be a little bit impatient. But other than that, I'm okay.
Okay.
I will just tell myself, calm down, just chill, and slowly do this with one hand.
That's good though.
Yeah. Like that also. So that's the story. This week, I've been in the hospital for 3 days.
It's one hell of a story lah. What a way to end the year. We say end because Chinese New Year coming. The proper
Chinese,
New Year.
right? The proper New Year. With the proper Harimau year coming, it should be better, hopefully.
That's when we switch our feng shui.
All the bad things that we do now, then the New Year, no bad things.
That's absolutely right. Well, then you're in for a very good year after this.
Hopefully lah.
Yeah.
So what about you? What has been happening to you on your
Nothing
side?
compared to you. From my stories after this, you're gonna see damn terrible compared to yours. I've been watching a Korean drama.
Oh, let me guess. Taxi Driver.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god!
Have you been watching?
I started watching one episode and then I was like, wow, this is different. It's not like the usual love story Korean drama.
Yeah.
Then I started watching episode 2. Then I'm like, hey, is this a detective show or is this like a revenge show? What is this? Is this like a secret agency that helps people who are in misery or what, Yeah. But I stopped halfway in episode 2 and I assume you have finished everything?
I have not finished everything yet. I'm like episode 8 or 9 right now.
Okay.
I started like a couple of days back, so it's been a nice binge. But for those of you, I think what it is with Taxi Driver is that essentially Taxi Driver is like, you imagine if Batman was a taxi driver.
Okay.
That's basically the plot. It's Batman, but instead of like, I'm Batman, it's like, where you going, sir? It's such an amazing concept. Simple. It's very cool. And what I like about it is it's unlike your typical, very popular Korean dramas. This is not love based. I like how it's it's a little bit more based on just kind of like societal issues. It's based more on just like the themes of like vengeance and grief and coming to terms with stuff and what you do if you were hurt and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's also got to do with like themes I find very personally appealing, especially because we live in the world and the country we live in, where what do you do when the justice system is unable to, when the law is not good enough to give you justice?
I'm sure many of us can relate.
So I watched it and I'm like, yeah. And the thing about the show is that it is very satisfying.
Oh.
It is the bad guys are like scumbags.
Okay.
And then the retribution that they gonna whack damn shock. Damn shock. Like you
I haven't actually watched until the bad guy couldn't whack yet. You know the first one, the guy forced the girl to wash the fish one.
Yeah.
I haven't reached that part yet.
Oh, good.
But I like how there's one part, although unnecessary, but I think it's quite nice to watch. Like, do you want revenge? The girl have to go put the coin into the arcade machine and then press all these things.
That is so cool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the part that's not logical, but it's so cool. That so for those of you who don't know, not a spoiler, but the general modus operandi for the guy is basically you get into a taxi driver, a cab ride, and you tell your story. And at the end of your cab ride, you'll be given some tokens. You go to an arcade machine, and then you're gonna choose on an arcade machine whether you want to take your revenge or not. And then they'll charge you based on whether you. It's a lot of money,
correct.
Very very high.
Yeah. But it's weird because they record the messages like in cassette tapes.
Yes.
A bit old school, but also like a bit modern.
It's got a nice touch. It's got a nice touch to it.
Yeah.
So I have to say, the show has interested me more than a lot of Korean dramas have in a very long time. Because I really like the aggressive, like themes of justice. Not so into the love story. So if you're looking for a Korean drama that isn't like the stereotypical Korean drama, then Taxi Driver is a good one to get into.
Okay. So, have you seen Schitt's Creek?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my god!
I'm watching Taxi Driver lah. I haven't I mean, it's on the list and I see it on my like the Netflix recommended.
Oh.
But I'm just like, but Taxi Driver, kanchong. I want to go and see what happens. She's back gonna whack.
Yeah. I mean, if you ask me now, I would say still watch Taxi Driver first.
Okay.
Because I'm like 10 episodes in, and it's still miserable for me.
So Schitt's Creek, you mentioned to me before. You said that this is a show that is irritating for you.
Correct.
But
it has reached a point that it's not irritating anymore. It's just.
But you're also 10 episodes in.
Yeah.
What is it? So okay,
It's not a comedy.
Do you enjoy the show? Would you say like, I like this show, I look forward to watching it?
No. But I appreciate the whole idea behind this show.
This is the thing I don't understand. How can you appreciate the idea but not like it and still devote enough time to have done like 10 episodes?
Maybe 15. Maybe 15 already. I can't remember. So the whole idea of Schitt's Creek, right?
All right.
To me, I feel is to annoy audience by giving the characters in the show a very hard life.
Okay, like they're miserable. Like
they are miserable. They are rich, but they lost all their money. They have a big house, but then now they have to stay in a hostel.
Okay.
And it makes you feel that everything is uncomfortable.
Right.
Because you would somehow imagine if you are the main characters in the show, because you follow them from when they are rich.
Right.
And then now you join them in this misery life, miserable life. And then you feel like, why this motel got no towel?
Right.
For example.
Yeah.
And why can't they find another restaurant to eat? What is this the only place that they can eat? Like you feel their misery, and at the same time you understand that they are trying to give that misery to you for you to enjoy. So this is not a sitcom.
Okay.
It is a show that if you understand the idea, then you will enjoy every episode, because every single episode is awkward and full of miserable scenes.
Wow. See, we're having a conversation about it, and I still don't know if I really want to like take you up on your offer to watch this show, because I would watch it because you asked me to watch it, and generally I trust your recommendations. But on the other hand, the reasons why you're recommending it to me don't necessarily feel like
it's not enticing lah when you hear like misery, annoying, those kind of things.
Yeah, I don't know why I watch it, but I'm 15 episodes in.
Yeah. It's also not funny.
It's not funny?
It's not funny.
It's not funny. So, Schitt's Creek. Ladies and gentlemen, please watch Schitt's Creek. It's a show that is not funny. It'll annoy you. It's full of miserable people, but Smashpop recommends you watch it.
I mean...
This is... How like this, Jason? How?
Just try lah. One episode.
Okay. You know what? We will meet up again next week after I've done one episode of Schitt's Creek. Maybe I might do 10. You also don't know, right?
Yeah.
And we will see how we go from here. And if anybody out there has watched Schitt's Creek, is a fan of the show, or hasn't, like, share with us what you think. I'll be very interested in finding out as well if Jason's assessment is correct or not.
I see you have a new phone case.
I do have a new phone case.
I want to talk about it.
So yeah, I just got it today. Like, it just arrived in the mail today.
So what made you want to change phone case?
Well, for one thing, you know how my previous phone case was one of those clear phone cases? The thing about these clear white phone cases, they turn yellow after like a couple of months.
Correct.
So, and the thing about the yellowness is you don't realize it turning yellow, because it's like every day you see your phone, right? And then all of a sudden you wake up and like, why does it look like somebody peed on my phone? It just looks so not cool,
especially when you remove the case and you just put it on the table, and then you're like, this plastic looks yellow.
Yeah, right. So then I was on like Shopee or whatever, and I was just looking through some cases, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just buy myself a new case for Chinese New Year.
Oh,
and then
why is it not red then?
Because they didn't have a nice red one.
Oh, so you wanted a red one?
I thought like red and purple is kind of a nice combo, but then I also thought like, specifically, if you notice my phone is purple, right?
Yeah.
So purple is one of these like special iPhone colors. And I'm like, you want to show off the purple? What's the point of like covering it up? So I specifically wanted something that could show the back. But also I like the white and the purple because it's just a very nice like fluffy feeling.
Yeah.
Right? Like
white and purple actually goes well.
It's a good color, yeah, right? So I really like this. So it arrived today. I was very excited, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't look yellow anymore. I'm so happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So me noticing means means you got it at the right time. Although I have a painful wrist, but I can still notice you have new case.
Oh, so it's a fashion statement. It's a fashion statement.
So anything new on social media lately that you observe or something?
I actually, to be fair, I haven't really paid too much attention to social media. If anything, I have stayed away a little bit.
Oh, really?
Because I don't know about you, but my feeds, not Instagram lah. Instagram, I just upload and look at people and stuff like that, right? But with like Twitter and all that, I don't know if you noticed, but like Malaysian Twitter is very angry, yeah.
Really?
My feed is very
depends
angry.
on who you're following lah.
And also I think what the algorithm, because Twitter also has a bit of an algorithm where they'll suggest posts to you.
Correct.
So I have somehow found myself in a space where my algorithm feeds me just deforestation. Yeah, deforestation, political wrongdoing, all that kind of stuff is like my Twitter feed. So if you go to my Instagram feed, I generally try to be very happy and positive and try and put out stuff that I think is beautiful or do stuff that I like and enjoy. So that's very personally me. But my Twitter feed is almost like what I understand about the world, which is that the world is a very stressful and potentially horrible place. So I go to Twitter quite a bit for my news updates actually. And there are days and there are times where I feel like it's a little too much. I need to like stop.
Then you go to TikTok lah.
TikTok very dangerous because I stay on TikTok enough. It's helicopter, and it's playing in my head every day.
Yeah.
Right? You know, your hand like that. How are you going to do TikTok dances?
Still do lah. One hand lah. or find those dancers that can just do with one hand. I haven't thought about it yet. I'll figure it out.
What about you? What have you noticed anything on social media lately?
Not really. I think it's the same, but yeah lor. I've been looking at Twitter. On TikTok a lot recently because I have a lot of time in the hospital.
Okay. The algorithm got more info on you, man.
Yeah. So still nothing much. Just a lot of dances.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel that actually TikTok, right? It's quite interesting because Okay, you know how there's this new trend that people have to hold the phone and turn the head like that, following the phone?
Yeah.
Up, down.
I know.
So it looks cool at first. Until now, right, when it has evolved to a third-party view of those people doing it.
It looks damn weird.
It looks damn weird. Like they have to like that. You know, they have turned the head for following the phone, and then they purposely do it in public places, and it looks damn weird. So, TikTok dancers or TikTok trends, I think, should only be viewed as a first person, not third person. Because third person, right, the person doing the dance right, or doing the trend right is damn stupid one.
And this is the thing about I think the thing about the current short video format thing that's happening, right, with the TikToks and all that. It looks terrible if you are the third party looking at them. Like nothing looks great if you're the third party looking at them. Like whether it's a dance or one, you know the thing they do where they like stand and walk in one place.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, if you watch somebody do that in real life, you're like, what's going on here? And it looks great on camera.
Yes. It looks so cool.
Right? And I think that's why I find it very interesting to be, it's like if you're young and super into TikTok, because you must be able to handle the views from other people, because they bring it out to public and they do stuff like that.
Yeah, especially like when you have like 2 or 3 friends trying to do like some dance with you, and you want to do it in public places, right? And then people will just look at you, and then you have to find a friend to hold the phone and then turn the phone a bit, and then you guys dance halfway, and then you're like, oh no, wrong, and then you have to do it again. You know, it's like everyone's just looking at you doing this dance for multiple times, trying to get it right.
It's so interesting because if you think about it. The way you and I both do our Instagram pictures, for example, I'm pretty sure to the outside person, it also looks like, why these two drinking in cafe, like holding cup like they're in a Korean drama? And I think we are so used to it, we don't feel it as much.
Yeah. But then TikTok is a different level, whereby you have to do a lot of stunts in front of everyone.
A lot of movement.
Yeah, especially when movements, right? Some are like trying to look sexy. Some are just a bit stupid. You know.
Yeah, but you know what? It's only a matter of time before everybody reaches a level of like, oh, it's very normal. They're just doing a TikTok.
Yeah, they're just doing a TikTok.
Right?
Like let's just move on.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Like you won't even get looked at anymore. I can't wait for that day, so that I can participate in some trends without feeling too self-conscious. I still get a bit self-conscious about this.
When I do the dance, I still try to find somewhere with very minimal people around. Yeah, Instagram I'm fine.
Yeah,
you know, but TikTok not yet.
I think this is what it's like to have different tolerance levels. As we've grown older, we're a bit like, what? Oh, we don't know if it's for us.
Yeah, but then again, on TikTok there are so many aunties and uncles doing that thing.
That is true too. So what So what is the level, right? Like how do we even? I don't know lah. TikTok is so I like TikTok because there's so many different types of content.
Yes.
But I think when people initially think of TikTok, they think in terms of like the dancers and the weird like cringy, and I say that in inverted commas kind of thing. But yeah, man, I don't know. You like to do dances. You do dances a lot more than me.
Yes.
How do you choose which dance to do?
I choose those that I know how to do.
Okay.
Those simple dances that I can do, that I know that even after a few tries I'll be able to do it.
Right.
Yeah, then I'll do. Those like super hardcore dance, then too bad, cannot.
So I'm not a dancer. I very rarely dance in general. But my question is like when you are doing this TikTok dance, right?
Yeah.
And you're putting it out online.
Yeah.
What is going on in your mind in terms of like what is the desired outcome from this video? Because I can tell that when you do your beautiful photography pictures or when you do a review, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But when you do like a dance, and I ask this because that's the thing that's holding me back. I'm like, why am I doing that? I don't know why I would do this.
Yeah. Well, at this point of time in 2021, I can't be bothered anymore. Because everyone is just doing random shit.
Also, it's 2022, by the way.
Oh, it's 2022. See, we should be more advanced than this.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that wraps up episode 2 of Yeah. If you love what we have just discussed, please subscribe to us on whatever platform you're listening to. Spotify definitely, Apple Podcasts maybe, and if you can leave comments, on our YouTube or whatever. Okay, you can also watch our YouTube on Yeah. Just search for YAH. Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much for watching. And remember, we're going to come back next week and we're going to stop talking about Schitt's Creek because I want to get into that.
Yeah. Follow us, Smashpop.
Jer says,
see you in episode 3.